Tonight, 2 Democrats drop out of the presidential race, including one from Minnesota. What this means just one day before Super Tuesday. Plus, addressing a crisis. Wisconsin's governor signs new legislation at a local high school today in hopes of helping students deal with mental health issues. And coronavirus likely. That's the message from Minnesota lawmakers as the virus continues to spread.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. Anthony is on assignment. Another candidate has dropped out of the Democratic presidential race ahead of Super Tuesday, where more than 1,300 delegates are at stake. A senior campaign aide says that Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar will make the announcement tonight in Dallas. That's where she's heading to join and endorse former Vice President Joe Biden at his rally. Klobuchar cast herself as the product of working-class parents and pledged to take on issues like money in politics, climate change, and election reform. But her path to the Democratic nomination all but closed after placing 6th in Nevada and South Carolina. CBS 3's John Cardinelli spoke to UMD's political science professor about what this means for tomorrow's primaries and caucuses.
Kristen, Rougeley said Klobuchar dropping out of the race should come as no surprise. She said this is about the time candidates who have a slim chance of winning start dropping out of the race. Among the states who've already voted or caucused, Klobuchar only really showed strong in the New Hampshire primary, polling 3rd place in the state. But her showing in other primaries was not as strong. Rougeley says the Democratic Party's goal at this point is to defeat President Donald Trump. In doing so, they want to put the best candidate forward. With Bernie Sanders as the Democratic frontrunner, Rougeley believes the party does not think Bernie has a chance at beating Trump. Therefore, candidates like Pete Buttigieg and Amy Klobuchar are dropping out to likely support former Vice President Joe Biden. Klobuchar plans to attend Biden's rally in Dallas tonight despite these moves. Rougeley says she thinks Bernie will still claim Minnesota's delegates tomorrow.
I think that probably Bernie will finish first just because, you know, there's no shifting of his vote. In her case, I mean, she's got a percentage who probably already voted for her absentee, and then the same-day voters will probably go somewhere else.
Rougeley also added she thinks Klobuchar will more than likely be on any Democrat's list for cabinet appointment. Klobuchar is expected to show her support for Biden tonight at a rally in Texas. Now, Klobuchar's daughter was supposed to host a hot dish campaign fundraiser in Hermantown tonight. That event has since been canceled.
Thanks, John. State health officials now say it's likely that coronavirus will arrive in Minnesota. This morning, they shared how they're preparing to handle it. While Governor Tim Walz said all 5 of the Minnesotans who have been tested for coronavirus came back negative, he said it probably won't be long before the state sees its first positive case. State Health Department Commissioner Jan Malcolm announced today that Minnesota's Public Health Laboratory is now ready to carry out its own coronavirus tests instead of sending test kits to the CDC. Malcolm also says the state will form a leadership group to think through possible response strategies. State officials say they don't want to scare Minnesotans, but instead want to protect those who are most at risk.
The majority of the cases are mild, but we all owe it to the vulnerable folks in our state and in our communities to do what we can do to prevent the spread of this disease.
To prevent the spread, Minnesota health officials urge you to cover your mouth when you cough, wash your hands, avoid touching your face, and above all else, stay home from work or school if you're feeling sick. They also encourage families to think about a possible personal response plan if someone in your family becomes ill. Governor Tony Evers visited Ashland today, taking a big step towards supporting students dealing with mental health challenges. During his stop at the high school, students got to watch Evers sign 3 separate bills into law. Most notably, one of the bills requires newly issued student ID cards to include contact information for local and national suicide prevention hotlines. Evers says these laws are about the students and making sure they feel safe and supported in their schools.
Kids struggle with their mental health. Sometimes it's hard to be a student. One of those reasons that I wanted to come here today is because Ashland is doing some really extraordinary, important work with Project Aware and becoming a trauma-sensitive school district and helping hundreds of students, as you heard before, help get the help that they need.
Tonight at 10, we'll hear more from Governor Evers as well as Ashland's principal about the new laws and why they're so important. Pearl Harbor survivor Arleigh Burke was laid to rest today in Hoyt Lakes. Military honors were afforded by Iron Range veterans organizations, and taps was played by a Navy lieutenant commander. Burke was on board a U.S. Navy cruiser when the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941. Tomorrow night at 6, Dave Anderson will pay tribute to Arleigh Burke and Bruce Atwater of Bemidji. Atwater was a Coast Guard veteran of Pearl Harbor who passed away in January. Speaking of Dave Anderson, he joins us now for a quick look at the weather. Boy, Dave, I'm looking forward to that story. You have followed Arleigh and you've known him for years.
Yeah, and then over the course of time found out that Mr. Atwater was still going in Bemidji. Unfortunately, 2020 hasn't been a good year for our honored veterans of World War II. This morning in Hoyt Lakes, though, the weather was beautiful, beautiful blue sky, fitting weather to pay tribute to a hero. Well, things are going to cloud up as the night goes on, and there is a chance for some light snow around here after midnight through tomorrow morning as that small upper-level trough of lower pressure comes to call, replacing the high-pressure system that brought the sunshine today. So our day planner for Tuesday is calling for a mostly cloudy sky in the morning with a 30% chance for a rain-snow mix still going. Lunchtime, maybe partial sunshine pops out, but it may be brief because it may be cloudy again by the time you come back home. Top temp will be 37 degrees. That's warmer than normal. Will another warm spell waft our way? I'll let you know in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. 7 overdoses in 3 days. Duluth police say that's what led them to arrest a Milwaukee man today. Police say evidence at the scene of the overdoses pointed them to the 27-year-old. During a search warrant, they found he had heroin, money, and other drug-related items. He's being held in St. Louis County Jail awaiting charges. None of the overdoses were fatal. Molson Coors employees are returning to work at the Milwaukee brewery where last Wednesday a worker fatally shot 5 co-workers and then himself. Several police vehicles were stationed around the campus today. According to the company, employees can expect to find heightened security measures, including additional guards. Counseling services will also be available for employees. Last night, hundreds attended a vigil outside Milwaukee City Hall honoring the victims. A Wisconsin tribe is demanding millions in damages from Enbridge in order to settle an ongoing lawsuit. The Bad River Band sent a letter to Enbridge leadership. It asked for $45 million in trespass damages. It also says the company needs to stop operating the Line 5 pipeline and either decommission Line 5 or reroute it outside the Bad River watershed. The band filed the lawsuit in July of 2019, trying to force Enbridge to move Line 5 off the reservation. Enbridge did not respond to requests for comment. The lawsuit is currently set to go to trial in July of 2021. Activists claim a Wisconsin agency didn't properly investigate the environmental impacts of a proposed natural gas power plant in Superior. This comes after Wisconsin's Public Service Commission approved the proposed Nemadji Trail Energy Center in January. The Sierra Club and Clean Wisconsin filed a petition against the PSC on Friday. They claim the project poses significant environmental threats and the PSC failed to adequately investigate those impacts. The plan is a joint project between Minnesota Power and Dairyland Power Cooperative. Minnesota Power says they'll be reviewing the petition. The company also said they support the PSC's decision to approve the project. Minnesota Power is still in the permit gathering phase of the $700 million project. You can head to our website for more information on the petition. Well, expect some lane closures on I-35 in Duluth this week. Crews will be inspecting the tunnels. Each lane of I-35 will be down to 1 lane in each direction. The closures will be in effect from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. today through Friday. Drivers are asked to slow down and use caution in work zones. Drivers in Pine County could see lane closures on a section of Highway 18 west of Finlayson. Crews will be repairing a culvert at Chelsea Brook, 11 miles west of Finlayson. The closures are happening from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. today through Friday. Drivers are asked to slow down and use caution. Traveling around downtown Duluth got a little bit easier today. The new free bus route called the Duluper launched this morning. The circular route runs from 10th Avenue East to 6th Avenue West on Superior and Michigan Streets. Phil Pumphrey, the general manager for the DTA, told us earlier this year the route will make it easier to maneuver our summer construction.
We think this is a great advantage to have, particularly with all the construction we're going to be having this summer for the hospitals and for the downtown streets being reconstructed, including Superior Street.
The Duluth bus service runs from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. every 15 minutes. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, taxes got you down? No worries, some UMD students are here to help. We'll have the details after the break.
After a weekend in the 40s, dipping down into the 30s today felt like a cool down, but the normal is 29, so the warm spell continues, and I think it will last the rest of the week. How many snow chances do we get? There's one tonight, and I'll tell you about that and more coming up after our break.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on Live Local CBS 3 Duluth.
Home's biggest sale only comes around every 4 years with up to 29% off. That's 29%. And up to 50% on bonus buys like this Stephan 2-piece room package for $9.99 with no interest till next leap year. Only at Home Furniture's Leap Year Sale.
The fun never ends at Black Bear Casino Resort with over 1,800 of the hottest slot machines and our thrilling selection of table games and 500-person bingo hall.
My place for gaming.
From casual to fine dining, satisfy your taste buds at one of our 3 dining venues.
My place for dining.
And relax in comfort with all of our first-class amenities.
My place to stay.
Looking for the party? Look no further than the Otter Creek Event Center.
My place for fun.
Visit blackbearcasinoresort.com and make the Bear your place.
Multi-course, one price, one destination. The Greater Downtown Council celebrates culinary mastery during the Spring Eat Downtown Duluth Restaurant Week, March 9th through the 14th, with lunch and dinner specials from these participating restaurants. Visit downtownduluth.com for Eat Downtown menus.
It's the extreme deal of the day. Call now and get fast internet for less than $20 a month. If you ever thought about switching internet providers, the time to do it is now. For a limited time, you can get Access Internet 60 with speeds up to 60 meg and in-home Wi-Fi for only $19.99 a month for 1 year. Plus, there's no contract to sign. This is your chance to get real high-speed internet without the high price. Call 855-330-4175 today.
In the Army National Guard, family means everything.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
If we don't stop Donald Trump this time, shame on us. Americans deserve a president who has their back, who isn't afraid to take on powerful forces, who has a record of bringing people together, and most importantly, who gets things done. I know what it takes to win in the Midwest. It's not flyover country to me. It's home. I'm Amy Klobuchar. I approve this message because we need a president who can win for all of us.
At Home Sleep Express this leap year, pay no interest until next leap year on our best brands, Tempur-Pedic, Purple, Heirloom, and iComfort. That's 4 years interest-free. The leap year mattress sale, only at Home Sleep Express.
Come Monday night, I'll be saying the weekend was way, way too short. And the work week is gonna be a long one.
I'm so tired, I'm gonna cry.
You cry like a girl. What I need is an hour of laughs.
He's my friend. Best friend. Slow down a little bit, Dave.
It's a full hour of funny. The Neighborhood, followed by Bob Hart's Abishola. Tonight, starting at 8/7 Central on CBS.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on Live Local CBS 3 Duluth.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS 3.
Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
March is here, and it's meteorological spring around here, though spring sometimes holds off until early May. Is this a sign of spring to come? This is our good friend Phil Snavy, who uses his lawn chairs as his meltometer every year. And you can see right there, the very tip of the chair is starting to emerge from the snowbank. But some folks would say this is simply fool's spring, and real winter will come back again. Well, frankly, this week, I don't think it will. We may get a little light snow, but nothing major, at least not this week. But there's still several more weeks to go before we're completely out of the woods for a big March snowstorm. Right now, in Ely, it looks pretty nice up there. Sheridan Street looks high and dry. but the pressure won't stay high forever. It's going down. Lower pressure system coming in is increasing the clouds. And the current temperature, though, is still 32, so that warm spell lasts. Part of the warm spell's formula, a southerly wind keeping the temperatures up. Relative humidity, that's 56%. Air pressure getting down there a bit now at 29.58 as an upper level trough of lower pressure does come to us from North Dakota. Temperatures right now, warmer, 34 International Falls, low 30s from Ely through Virginia towards Hibbing and into Grand Rapids. 32 to 36 degrees here in the Twin Ports, low 30s for Moose Lake, and low to mid 30s from Solon Springs to Hayward, and we hold on to 36 up the road to Ashland. Hey, over through Odana into Ironwood as well. Just a small notch cooler in Watersmeet. Well, I mentioned that temperatures will stay warmer than normal this week, and yeah, that is true. Normally we go about 29. We'll be in the mid to upper 30s most of the week come next weekend. Mid-40s possible again, just like last weekend. Well, with the current Doppler map, we see that snow chance from the northwest starting to push towards places like International Falls and Bemidji, and there's a 40 to 50% chance tonight that your town could taste about a half-inch worth of snow coming down. It's not a very vigorous low-pressure system and really only packs flurries tonight. Maybe a bit of a mix tomorrow morning, but by tomorrow afternoon it should be done for at least a little while. And then once we get into midweek here, small visit from higher pressure brings back sunshine for one more day, only one more day, because yet another low comes down the pike after that. We've got this back and forth sunshine, light snow chance thing going on pretty much all week long, which now we'll show you with the 7-day forecast. Here's tonight's for Minnesota. Low temps, low 20s inland, maybe even upper 20s by the lake, and 40% chance for this light snow. In Wisconsin and Michigan, it turns into a 50-50 shot, thanks a little bit to lake moisture here once it gets to your neck of the woods. Low temps there, pretty toasty, 25 to 30 above, not below zero, Kristen. Tomorrow's Wisconsin, Michigan high temps, pert near close to 40, if I can put it into perhaps a southern inflection. Taking a look then at the chance for the mix there. 30% in the morning, clearing in the afternoon. 30% chance in Minnesota as well, high temps, low to mid to even upper 30s, cooler inland, warmer by the lake, extended forecast. There's the back and forth. Mix on Tuesday, sunshine Wednesday, mix on Thursday, sunshine Friday. And we hold on to the sunshine through Saturday and 45. What a weekend, Kristen, if you're not a snowmobiling fan, because for some sleds, I'm thinking next Saturday and Sunday are going to be a little bit too warm.
Yeah, you know, I think, I know official spring is still a few weeks away.
Yeah.
However, these temperatures lately have sure been giving us quite the tease.
Yeah, we can be hopeful for an early spring, but sometimes those hopes get thwarted around here.
That's true.
April snowstorms.
March, you never know what could come.
Yep, and especially March.
Yes. Thanks, Dave. Well, this is a tough time of year for organizations that rely on donations, so a Duluth service group is stepping in to help. Leadership Duluth recently launched a Deep Winter Donation Drive. Their goal is to gather donations for Lifehouse and Chum. The group set up donation sites all around town. You can find the donation boxes at the organizations on your screen there. There's also an Amazon wish list available. The drive runs through March 31st. For a full list of drop-off locations and items needed, head on over to CBS3Duluth.com. UMD students are working to make filing your taxes a little bit easier. Students studying accounting are offering free help to anyone who needs it at the Duluth Public Library. Organizers say it not only benefits the community, it also helps the students master their trade.
Last year, I think we filed for in excess of $1 million in federal refunds that people would not otherwise have the ability or means to do on their own.
If you're still looking for help on your taxes, you can stop by the Duluth Public Library between March 16th and April 4th. Clients are served on a first-come, first-served basis. And Kelly Hinseth will be up next with sports.
The 2020 Honda Rubicon at RJ Sport and Cycling.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
With your mitts, you take the pan up, straight up, right? Once you hear the cake thud.
Let's see it.
Okay?
Let's get on this. Okay, there you go.
You got it, Kate. Did you feel a little thud?
No.
Okay. It's a little hard to get it straight up, right? You got to sort of. I know. So tightness inward, right?
Woo! Guys, okay, no, we can't. 3, 2, 1, go!
Keep playing. I'll just take a picture.
You're in luck. Barker's Waterfront Grill and Lounge is celebrating St. Patrick's Day with homemade Reubens or corned beef and cabbage, coupled with great drink specials. The End of the Rainbows at Barker's Waterfront Grill, March 14th to the 17th.
The deadly coronavirus officially hitting the U.S.
The markets are plunging for a second straight day.
Health experts warn the U.S. is underprepared. Managing a crisis is what Mike Bloomberg does. In the aftermath of 9/11, he steadied and rebuilt America's largest city, oversaw emergency response to natural disasters, upgraded hospital preparedness to manage health crises, and he's funding cutting-edge research to contain epidemics. Tested, ready.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Find your style at Menards with 11% off Patriot Lighting.
Or you could add stylish storage with 11% off all Dakota shelving.
Insulate and save big on energy costs. Plus, get 11% off.
Create your dream Clearview kitchen with 11% off.
You'll be floored by our vinyl plank flooring. Get 11% off all of it.
Whatever you're working on, you'll get 11% off. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
America's Most Watched Network. Tonight, starting at 7, only on CBS3 Duluth. Then, stay tuned for CBS3 News at 10. Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on live local CBS3 Duluth.
Every Democratic candidate knows if they win big on Super Tuesday, they move closer to being your president.
We could win the Democratic nomination.
Get in this fight.
You're going to rebuild the United States.
Let's go out there and win this thing.
The stakes could not be higher.
We are here and we are strong.
Take back this country.
CBS News brings you full coverage and analysis of Super Tuesday 2020. Tomorrow, 9/8 Central on CBS.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
Saturday night, the UMD men's basketball team put together a 21-0 run after trailing by 17 to close out their NSIC tournament quarterfinal game against Winona State. Today, their semifinal matchup against Minnesota State Mankato. Alexei Lekanen was on fire in the first half, finished with 30. Their 13-point deficit was down to 6 at the break. Mankato widens it back out. Under 6 minutes left. Drew Blair cuts it to 9. They get it as low as 4. Ilikanen throwing it down here, but Minnesota State ends UMD's tournament 79-73 to total. They will now await a potential at-large NCAA bid. Tonight at the Pentagon in Sioux Falls as well, the UMD women's team battling the Mavericks as well. The winner there heads to the NSIC championship game. At last check at the half, UMD led by 4. This weekend was a historic one, and I don't say that lightly for the UMD women's hockey team. It took a grand total of 9 hours and 30 minutes of hockey, but the Bulldogs get to keep playing. Half of that total game time was spent in one game on Saturday afternoon when UMD and Bemidji State played the longest game in WCHA history with a grand total of 4 hours and 50 minutes. It is now the second longest game in NCAA history. That was the Bulldogs' only downfall of the weekend. They dropped Saturday's game, but came out victorious Friday and Saturday, earning their spot in the WCHA final face-off this Saturday, where the team will face Wisconsin for the 5th time this season. UMD is still winless with the Badgers this season. Their last contest of the regular season ended in a 5-5 tie with the WCHA regular season champs. It's pretty much win or go home for UMD on Saturday. Puck drop is down in Minneapolis with the Badgers at 2:07 p.m. As for the UMD men's team, it was a clean sweep for the 5th-ranked Bulldogs, making their final regular season road trip down in Colorado a success. For the second straight week, the University of Minnesota Duluth checked in at number 5 in the USCHO.com poll. UMD capped off a 4-game regular season sweep over the Colorado College Tigers, winning 4-2 on Friday and 6-1 on Saturday. Saturday's victory saw 11 different point scorers for UMD. With the win, UMD is now guaranteed of finishing no lower than 2nd in the NCHC. Taking a look at the latest national poll, UMD sits at number 5 with only one other NCHC team ahead of them in the standings. North Dakota sits at number 2 behind Cornell. Denver right behind UMD. Western Michigan also cracks the poll at number 17. UMD will host its final series of the regular season this upcoming weekend at Amsoil Arena, hosting St. Cloud State. The Huskies swept the Bulldogs on their own ice back in January. Both games will be televised Friday and Saturday. Friday on Fox Sports North and Saturday on the My9 Sports Network. And finally, some Section semifinal girls basketball action to look forward to tonight. Our very own Kristen Vaki's Chisholm Blue Streaks are in town to take on Cromwell right over at Romano Gym. That game just got going a bit ago. Plus, following that game, Mountain Iron Beal will take on Cherry. We will have highlights from those games tonight at 10 p.m. And Kristen, unfortunately, has other news obligations, so she will not be at Romano Gym to sign autographs, but I'll have highlights for you tonight at 10.
I can't wait. It brings me back.
I mean,
love
Blue Streaks
playoff
all-time
basketball.
Leading rebounder, right?
Well,
the plaque is up there, folks, and we're going to get a shot of it at some point, but take note.
Thanks, Kelly. A New Hampshire man has quite the story to tell. I'm sure you can guess what it is. Check out this monster lake trout that Thomas Knight reeled in last week. It was so big that it shattered a decades-old state record. The previous record was 28 pounds, set back in 1958. Knight's fish weighed in at 9 pounds heavier at 37.65 pounds. The New Hampshire Fish and Game Department confirmed the record and said it's the largest lake trout caught in all of New England. Knight said it's very rewarding and means the world to him. Wow. I've never seen one that big. That's for
I guess I haven't either.
Holy moly. Yeah. All right, Dave, what are we looking at?
Well, for the week ahead, we're looking at a back-and-forth battle between flurries and sunshine. Tomorrow, I think the flurries will win out, at least until the noon hour. Then sunshine reigns supreme for Wednesday. Then come Thursday, a rain and snow mix comes back and takes over the sky. Into Friday and Saturday, sunnier and warmer. The weekend looks to be a toasty one again, into the mid-40s.
Yeah, not too shabby. Thanks, Dave. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at 10.